are your Boob Tube Betties. I'm Bethany.
I am Kristin.
And we are so fucking excited to finally be back in the saddle.
So fucking excited.
This time reviewing the HBO limited series, Big Little Lies. If you don't already, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit. Send any comments, questions to our email, boobtubebuddies@gmail.com. We will shout you out. It will get on air. Anything you want. So do that. And check out our website, boobtubebuddies.com, to see the other shows and movies we've covered, what we've got going on, and meet the rest of the gang that make up the Boob Tube Buddy family. Mm-hmm. Kristin, I am so excited to be doing this.
I'm so excited to finally be talking about this.
I know. It's been so long that we haven't done this since American Horror Story, which was, what, November?
Yep.
Crazy.
And, I mean, you got me really excited for the whole thing, and I ended up reading the book.
Yep, we've both read the book.
So I've been kind of antsy to talk about it. But now, I have to make sure that I don't screw up.
That you don't say anything.
And that I don't reveal any spoilers, because I've never done this where I actually know what happened.
Yeah, so, not spoiler alert, but if you don't know, this is based on a book that...
And we're not professionals by any means.
So we will try to not allude or spoil to what happens. But, I mean, if we do, it's already a fucking book.
And who knows? They might just throw you off. It might be one big little lie.
Ooh, I like it. So if you've listened to Kristin and I in the past, you know how we work. Basically, Kristin has interesting on-topic facts and observations about the show.
And also, if you hate puns, it's just turn it off now.
And I occasionally interject with uninformed opinions and the occasional beer burp.
I don't think that's how it's going to go this time around.
But we are changing it up. That is absolutely right. We've got 2 new segments that we are introducing. The first is, you know who that is, right?
Oh my God.
Which came about because every podcast Kristin and I reviewed, every episode would say about an actor. You know who that is, right? And I would feel like a fucking idiot because I never knew who she was fucking talking about. And then 2 truths and a big little lie, where we will have each picked an actor and actress, and we have 2 truths and a lie, and the other one's got to figure it out. Mm-hmm. We should have made a wager.
I mean, last time I made a wager with you, I ended up eating a fried pigtail. Fried dick.
The video is available, by the way. Check it out. All right. So I don't have any housekeeping. What about you?
I have no housekeeping as of yet.
Okay.
House is clean.
So let's start this off with our first segment.
Yay!
And our first segment is, you know who that is, right?
Oh my God. You know who that is, right?
Oh shit.
Nah, bitch. Who?
All right. So you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first because the one I picked turned out to be really lame.
Hey, and I just want to warn you so I'm not coming out like an asshole. I do have a second one, but I wanted to let you know that ahead of time so it didn't be like, we're going to do a segment and then I'm going to come out of nowhere and be like, oh my God, you know who that is, right? So.
Oh my God, of course you do.
I'm just letting you know, I've last minute interjection. That will only happen once.
You know, you have to do this for every episode. Do you want to save that one?
Sure.
Okay, so mine that I decided to pick was the actress that plays Harper Stimson.
Okay, so that was my second one.
Oh,
that was my second one. So good. We're good.
That's funny. And she's the small character. She plays the best friend to Renata Klein. Mm-hmm. In this Harper Stimson, that character is played by the actress Kellen Coleman. Yes. And when I saw her, I was like, what is she from? I know what she's from. I have to figure this out.
I love her so much.
She's from The Office.
Yeah, she's like in love with Dwight.
Yeah, so she plays, during the whole Pam and Jim wedding thing.
She's super thirsty for Dwight the whole time.
Which is disgusting. She's this pretty girl, and Dwight ends up sleeping with her and treating her like shit.
I love the follow-up episode where she comes out of nowhere. And he's like, oh, I forgot about you.
I know. It's cringeworthy, though, because he's so disgusting.
Yeah, I love that little adding in there.
Yeah. But other than that, she was in The Newsroom, which I didn't watch that show, but she was in 7 episodes as like a little bit character. Okay. And then the only other thing is that she was in a show called The McCarthys that was on for one season.
Oh, The McCarthys! Duh, how did I not know that was her? I'm just kidding, I've never seen that show.
I was going to be like, because it got panned. Okay, so that's
Andrew McCarthy's reality show, and she's actually a daughter of Andrew McCarthy.
All right. Well, that was my first one. I'm gonna get better at this as we go.
No, that was a really good one because I was watching it a second time around and I'm like, oh, that's who that is.
So you already knew. So you already knew who that was, right?
I didn't know her name until I looked it up, so thank you.
All right, go.
Okay, so mine is Zoe Kravitz. A lot of people would know her. A lot of people would know her actually from X-Men, but she's also in the Divergent series and Californication. She is the daughter of Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet. Most people don't know that, and it's odd.
I think most people know that.
Well, this is the odd fact to it, is it's funny that her and Nicole Kidman are working together, considering Nicole Kidman and Lenny Kravitz were engaged in 2007. So it's an odd
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, a little fun fact to go along with it.
I think she's really pretty.
She's gorgeous.
Do you know her and Jennifer Lawrence were like best friends?
I believe that.
Yeah, because they're both.
Because Jennifer Lawrence is pretty chill, and having Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet as parents.
Yeah,
I'm sure that you live in a chill life. Like, I'm sure
Definitely.
it's definitely a good matchup.
All right. Well, that was. You know who that is, right?
Oh my god, you know who that is, right?
Aw, shit.
Nah, bitch, who?
Let's dive into this shit.
Let's do it.
You want to open this puppy up?
So first we start out seeing kind of a montage of the moms driving in this beautiful setting, which is Monterey, California. Different from the book, it is actually set in Australia in the book, so they decided to switch that up and have it done in California.
Monterey is in the cheese.
Yes, absolutely.
Where that cheese hails from.
Absolutely, says Jack. Anyway, that was bad. You start out seeing this different setting, the different characters, and then you see this kind of like odd flash montage of a single file line of first the kids dancing, and then you see the Audrey's dancing in a line. And
Yeah, I didn't like that.
it was kind of interesting.
Do you think they're going to have that opening for every app?
That would be interesting.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
They don't normally do openings anymore for shows. You know, normally it's just. But
That's what it is.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then you get the second montage of ambulance lights, cops, and then just again the adults dressed as Audrey Hepburn, the women, and the men dressed as Elvis. And now you're kind of seeing almost what might be a crime scene or something along the lines.
Yes.
It's kind of a dizzying effect. You're not supposed to get it at the beginning, obviously. And then you see the police interviews.
And they do this throughout the episode where they cut to present versus past. And as the viewer, you assume that, well, I don't know what you assume as the viewer. It's so tough because I've read the book. I almost wish I hadn't read the book.
Yeah.
But time frame switching in between the women and the orientation at school and all this, and then the police interviews. And
Exactly.
don't necessarily know what's present, what's past. A lot of cutting in between. I will say when I was reading the book, I read it at night after drinking a lot of beer, and I had to start over several times because of all the cutting back and forth and keeping all the names straight. There's a ton. And can we just talk about this cast?
Oh, this cast is amazing.
Oh my God. This cast is incredible.
It's incredible. And it's, as soon as I heard, I already knew that Big Little Lies was being turned into an HBO show. Then I read the book and I'm like, how are they going to do this? You can make anything into a show.
I remember you texted me like, I don't know how they're going to do this.
Yeah. But then when you find out you have such a strong cast in such a good production company like David E. Kelly, it's still going to be good.
And I completely agree with you. You haven't said it. You sent it to me via brainwaves.
Yes.
That it is really nice when you know that a book is going to be turned into a movie.
And you know who the characters are.
And you know who
already.
the character
So you're
is
not
before you
disappointed.
read. And so that you can picture those characters as the book characters.
Well, I literally go out of my way to do that. And that's why I'm about to read The Girl Before.
I just finished it.
Because, is it good? Well, which one? Because there were 2 Girl Befores that came out in 2016. And
Are you serious?
Yes,
I read
and-
the one by JP something.
yes, I believe that's the one that I'm about to read. And that's the one being turned into a movie by Ron Howard.
Okay.
So I'm actually trying to push it out until they cast at least 2 main characters, because I like to know in my head who's playing it so that I'm not disappointed.
Did you like Girl on the Train?
Yeah, I liked Girl on the Train, and then
Then you'll like this.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But I guess, again, with the girl on the train, I went into it with Emily Blunt in mind as the main character. In this, I went into Madeline Martha McKenzie as being Reese Witherspoon.
Yep.
And it's just a lot more helpful because it could definitely get you bitter if it's not the right person.
So you think the casting was good for what the book made? I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I think it was phenomenal.
And I don't particularly like Shailene
Woodley.
But she is a perfect Jane Chapman.
She's a perfect Jane Chapman.
Okay. So we get that we get the first we meet Madeline Martha McKenzie. Mm-hmm. We meet Jane. We meet Ziggy, really fucking cute kid.
Yeah.
And
really
Celeste's daughter. Mm-hmm. And we see them go into the school orientation.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect illustration of mommy wars. Mm-hmm. My God. Working mom versus the stay-at-home mom, and all this, like, the inner workings and who's on whose side, and there's a line drawn on the sand, and you are either a Madeline or you're Renata. You're on either side, and you better pick a side.
Oh yeah.
And so Celeste is best friends with Madeline.
Yes.
Who is played by Nicole Kidman.
And Harper is best friends.
And Harper is best friends with Renata, who is played by...
I loved that line.
What's her name?
Kellen.
No.
Oh, Renata? Oh, that's Laura Dern.
Who was married to Ben Harper. Mm-hmm. You look like gold to me. I know, aren't they the weirdest couple?
Oh, yeah.
I don't see it.
Oh, yeah. What did what's her name? Madeline say that? Madeline say to Harper... Don't worry, we'll let everybody know you're her best friend.
Yes, I loved all that. The back. Oh, I know, it was awesome.
It was good.
She says all those things that I would love to say, and that you aren't there yet. But I remember taking my daughter to kindergarten orientation, and then going to my first PTA meeting and feeling just completely uncomfortable. There were the women who ruled the roost at PTA.
I'm gonna hate it.
I honestly, I couldn't. It turned me off.
Really? I bet. I'm terrified, honestly. Absolutely terrified. We also meet Josh and Max.
Josh and Max. Oh, the twins?
Yeah, the twins.
Yes. Yeah, we kind of get bombarded there with a ton of different
the very
characters.
beginning is just a lot of different things, introducing a lot of different things in very short spurts.
Yes, so they're it's kind of like they're vomiting to you all these characters that are going to be. And
that's definitely how it felt when I was listening on Audible.
Yes, it is. That is how you feel. And if you were watching it, it is a little overwhelming to remember who's who. And it might take a couple episodes for people to sort of get a feel.
Oh, absolutely. It definitely took me a lot of chapters to be like, okay, this belongs to this person. This kid is this person. Okay, gotcha.
And
this is what time I'm at in this story. This is what time I'm at in the story.
And I could almost see if I was just watching the show and I hadn't read the book, that I can see myself not really liking it.
Oh, me too.
Madeline does not seem like she would ever like Jane.
If it did not have the cast it had, and people were watching who didn't read the book, I don't know if they'd watch a second episode.
Yeah. Because Adam asked me, so did you like it? I'm like, yeah, I really liked it. But I didn't even ask you. Did you like it, Kristin?
I liked it.
Okay.
I did like it. I didn't dislike it at all. I want to keep watching the episodes because it's a miniseries based on one book. I won't want to see more of the development that's going to happen. Like I said, if I were a first-time watcher and it wasn't these big names in front of me, I'd be like, meh, nothing to write home about.
I think...
But the production and the cast just kind of overwhelm it in a good way.
So I think that with the opening where they showed the girls like doing the dancing, and there's been some of the advertisements. Have you seen it where it's Shailene Woodley, Reese Witherspoon, and Nicole Kidman? It's like just their heads looking at each other. It looks kind of like a comedy, and that's kind of how they're making it seem.
Yeah.
This story is not a comedy.
It's going to go dark.
So I think that the first episode sort of belies that a little bit, where it hasn't gotten in deep yet.
Exactly. So you want to tell the world, like, no, guys, hold on. No, wait, it's coming. I promise you.
Yeah,
like,
it's
coming.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Stick with me. Yeah, that's how I felt about it.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that.
Absolutely.
But we, oh God, I fucking love Alexander Skarsgård. Mm-hmm. He is the indelible Perry Wright, Nicole Kidman's husband.
Oh, yeah.
And their life looks really perfect. That beautiful. Everyone is fucking rich as shit.
Oh, my God.
And then you see poor Jane's shitty ass 1-bedroom apartment.
Mm-hmm. They explain it, but, like, it's like, I'm sorry. Explain it in the book, explain it in the show. That still would never happen.
What would you... Do not feel so terrible for... I keep calling her Maddie. Maddie.
Yeah, go for it.
With her ex-husband and Bonnie. That their daughter is going to be in the same class with Madeline's daughter.
Awkward as...
I would never be able to get over that. I wouldn't be able to have a civil relationship with Bonnie. I wouldn't be able to talk to my ex. Like, fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, she tries to be amicable. It's very hard to, it's very hard to talk about this.
It is really hard to talk about this.
Let's talk about what you just said next week and see what happens. But
Madeline comes off like such a bitch, but you gotta put yourself in...
I don't know. I want to be her best friend.
Oh, me too.
I love her. Everything she stands for, even in the first episode, not knowing what's to come, like, I would want to be her best friend.
Did you find yourself assigning, like, whenever I'm watching anything and there's a lot of women, I assign my friends to the different characters?
Oh, I want to hear this. Who are the different characters? Let's hear it.
You know, I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know who Celeste would be. Maybe Karen?
Because she has twin boys?
Oh, is that why I'm doing that?
Probably, subconsciously.
I can see Taryn as Madeline.
Yes.
And I can feel like I would be poor, homely Jane, and Madeline, like, takes her under her wing.
I would be Tom.
Tom? the barista?
I make really good coffee.
Is a man barista a barista or a baristo?
Let's call him a barista.
Is that what it is?
Change or prove. Absolutely. I'd be Perry Wright.
We don't really see much of Tom the barista. They just sort of say, it's Tom the barista.
Exactly. So, yeah, you definitely meet all these people, and then once that's done, and Celeste has met Jane, and they've all done that, you then go to Tom's cafe.
What do you think about Celeste rubbing all over Maddie's leg?
Oh, I think she enjoyed it thoroughly.
Madeline?
Both of them.
It was a little...
That was weird. My favorite quote from that whole exchange was, this is Monterey. We pound, we pound people with knives. And then Celeste goes to death.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I like that.
Jane picked up on that.
Oh, yeah. That was
an awkward
whole
exchange.
The whole Nicole Kidman, Jane weird exchange. It wasn't weird. It was just ominous.
I'm interested to see how Nicole Kidman settles into this character. What she does with it.
I'm honestly, I'm going to be truthful. I'm not a huge Nicole Kidman fan.
Oh, okay.
I don't dislike her, but I'm not like a huge fan of hers. And I think that she will fit perfectly.
And to counter that, am not a huge Reese Witherspoon fan in that I think she's a little cartoony with her acting. Mm-hmm. But that sort of works for this character.
That definitely works for Madeline Martha McKenzie. You know that beautiful dress she was wearing?
The floral?
Yes.
Yes.
That's actually Draper James, and that's Reese Witherspoon's line.
Oh,
and you're
really?
going to see a lot of her dresses in Big Little Lies this season.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was really excited to see that.
In the book, Celeste is supposed to be this stunning beauty. Not saying anything against Nicole Kidman.
That's my problem with
gorgeous.
her. That's my problem with Nicole Kidman.
But Reese Witherspoon's character is just as, if not prettier, than Celeste. I kind of thought that the character of Madeline Martha McKenzie would be a little less
I thought it would be
gorgeous.
Reese Witherspoon because I read it.
Yeah. We do get one little mystery thing thrown at you when Jane's jogging and she has a
flashback or flash forward.
Yeah, we don't know what it is,
something.
but it's a girl down the beach with a torn blue dress that she's thinking about, and it happens later on in the episode too. And we don't necessarily know yet what that means, if it means anything, but it happens, and it seems to jar her or upset her and allude to either something that is going to happen or something that happened maybe to her.
Yeah. speaking of flashes, this might just be my horrible memory because I've really proved in the last 2 guest spots that my memory is not what it should be.
Oh.
But I don't remember this from the book either, so I'm kind of like, what's going on?
The flashbacks?
No, when they're at the cafe and all of a sudden that dude leans forward and kind of looks at them like that really hot guy. Did you see that?
No.
I had to rewind it. They're all sitting at the cafe, right?
Uh-huh.
And Nicole Kidman and Jane just had that exchange where she's like, you ever feel like you're outside your body? And she's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And all of a sudden it goes like behind Jane to where the coffee shop is. And this like very attractive dude leans out and looks over at them and then kind of goes back. And it makes it look like he's part of the show or something to come. And I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember him.
I
mean, I read the book a long time ago. I mean, for me.
Yeah.
But go back and watch it and tell me if you can.
Okay.
If you remember any of that.
He's probably peering at them like, what the fuck this bitch talking about?
Who knows hot bitches? Hey, girl. You didn't hear that part?
Let me holla at you. Holla, 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 holla. Bonnie and Nathan at yoga gag me.
Oh my God.
They talk about how Bonnie's like, oh, I have to bring it up. I signed some petition. I don't remember that from the book either.
Well, here's the thing. Madeline Martha McKenzie did some marketing on the side for a local community theater in the book, but her role in the community theater is a lot bigger in this show.
Yeah, she's like doing the music for Avenue Q.
Avenue Q is definitely not anywhere.
She's got the puppets on her hand already practicing.
In Perry Public.
So after their coffee date, they get back to pick up the kids after orientation.
Mm-hmm.
We meet Renata.
Yes. Can I cut you off for a second? Because I did read one thing that I want to go back to where Bonnie and Nathan were talking, and the producer, when I was reading about it like a week ago or something, said there's going to be a line in the first episode that you want to pay attention to. And it's when Bonnie says, we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. That really pretentious like thing she said.
Ugh.
Apparently we're supposed to pay attention to it.
I wish Nathan was like, hold that thought. I could see where that would mean something. I could never be with someone who's always making statements like that. I'd be like, oh my God.
Shut up.
But I do love how this whole orientation pickup goes. No, we met Renata earlier when they dropped the kids off.
Yeah.
But we really get a glimpse into how terrible she is. And Madeline eats it up when she introduces her nanny to Jane because she assumes Jane is the nanny.
It's the best.
It's really important to speak other languages.
It's so good. I loved it so much. And you meet her daughter.
Amabella.
Literally, it's so pretentious even my spell check didn't like it.
I'm surprised that they didn't talk about how Amabella is gifted.
Oh, yeah.
Is in the book, that's a huge thing about the gifted kids versus the normies.
Yeah. The Australian accent lady from Audible, when she was reading it, always read it as Amabella. And I think it's Amabella, but she always read it as Amabella. So it wasn't until like literally halfway through the book.
But that's how they say their A's, right?
They're making fun of the name. Where I'm like, why are you making fun of Annabella? And then I had to like rewind it. I'm like, her name is Amabella? What? Like, oh, so weird. And do you notice the blonde bobs are gone?
Yes.
There's no blonde bobs, which I definitely am glad that they kind of adjusted.
Yeah, we didn't need that.
Because I thought it was kind of a little cheese to it that didn't need to be there, and I liked that.
And Renata's character is so... you don't
There's enough to Renata that you don't need a crowd and posse behind it.
And that would have taken away from the dynamic of these two powerhouses, Madeline repping the stay-at-home moms, and Renata,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm nodding my head vigorously. It doesn't translate. And they've also put them in first grade instead of kindergarten this year, which I'm wondering if that's to give the kids like a voice.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Well, maybe because American kids... oh, no, that wouldn't make sense. I was going to say because American kids are, like, dumb. But if that were the case, they would have put them... Anyway.
I love that.
We find out that someone has hurt poor Almabella. And the way the teacher handles this.
I mean, I don't care if you're a first-time teacher or not. Are you a human?
Go ahead and point to the boy that did this.
In front of all the parents.
Somebody goes, wait, is she for real or something like that? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't care. Like, I've never been a teacher. If it was my first day, I still wouldn't do that.
Honestly, if I were Renata and Almabella was my kid, I'd be like, let's not make her do this. Is a private thing, like, because my kid, I think, would clam up. She wouldn't point. She'd be too scared.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So poor Ziggy gets framed. And Renata is pretty adamant that he needs to apologize. And, now teacher's having second thoughts about her awesome approach to handling this.
Little late.
And Renata and Madeline square off a little bit.
Yes. I love when she gets in the car and she's like, bitch.
Renata was inappropriate, though.
Yeah, she was. Got
down to Ziggy's face. If you ever do that, like...
The whole thing made me irate as a parent, and my kid is not even close to kindergarten, so...
I liked the way Jane handled it, that I can't make him apologize for something he didn't do. I know myself and how socially I just get so uncomfortable that I would just be like, just say sorry, which is the wrong thing to do. Like,
yeah.
Because he didn't do it. So he should, or, he's saying he didn't do it. She believes he didn't do it.
I feel like he didn't do it.
But if somebody got down in my kid's face and said that, I would need another mom to defend me because I would lose my fucking shit.
Oh, but especially, I think she handled it perfectly for being the first day at a first school, like...
Yeah, and all these people already know each other.
Absolutely.
So, we see Harper, too, which you talked about, and...
I'll make sure to let everyone know.
So I'm Team Madeline.
Yes, obviously.
You're like, no, I'm Team Renata.
Team Renata. I liked her house better.
Did you like Renata's house better?
Oh my god, that house was like... I'm pretty sure that's what they used in The Wolf of Wall Street.
I didn't recognize the actor playing her husband.
No, he's been in a ton of stuff, but I don't know. We'll figure out who he is, right?
Well, this is a good time, I think, to go to our next segment.
Yeah, let's do it.
Which is 2 truths, 1 big little lie.
Let's play a game called
2 truths and 1 big
Little Lie.
Okay, I'm very excited about this.
Good. I'll probably get it wrong, but...
We need to figure out what we're going to bet. What we need to do is tally how many, who gets it wrong more often at the end of the 7 episodes. And...
Not eating any ass.
You don't have to eat any ass. I'm going to figure out what my punishment will be. Well, they're by the ocean. Like raw,
so
like a raw fish or like a fish head. Okay.
How about, I have it, whoever loses has to dress up like Elvis.
Oh. That's fun. And what, you dress like Audrey
I don't know,
Hepburn?
we'll figure out the rest of it.
Okay, so I
Stay
chose
tuned.
Alexander Skarsgard.
Okay.
Who plays Mr. Perry Wright. Obviously, we know him from True Blood, among other roles he's played. And he just played or is playing Tarzan, too.
Yes.
So this Swedish hunk of a man has captured the hearts and fantasies of many a woman. In fact, here are a few interesting facts that illustrate that very point.
Okay.
Truth 1! Alexander Skarsgård was named Sweden's sexiest man alive not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 8 times to be exact.
I mean, how many big
Not
Swedish?
not to discredit good-looking Swedish actors, but I'm thinking the pool to choose
It's not
from
very big.
might be limited to win that many times.
Yeah, there's like one other Swedish guy that's like, come on, it's not fair.
Truth 2! Proving that he is too cool for school, Alec, as he likes me to call him, hates being famous. He hates it so much that he has not one social media account. He has no plans to tweet, Snapchat, Facebook message anytime in the near future. Clearly superior to us, that's Skarsgård.
Okay.
Truth 3!
All right.
Finally, if you didn't like him already, you will after you learn that one of his most favorite pastimes is whale watching. And if you are Alexa Chung, his girlfriend since 2015, on one of your many whale watching dates, you may partake in Mexican food as it is his favorite cuisine. So, Kristin, which is the big little lie? 1, 2, or 3?
Okay. Now, as I learned building this game as well with you today, like getting our stuff ready, you could just throw me off with one little fact. So, I'm going to say number 2.
Yes!
Is it the whale thing?
No, that's true.
Okay, I figured that was the whale thing. So he's been like sexiest man alive only like 3 times?
5 times.
Got it. Got it. Okay. I don't have that much research behind mine.
No, go for it.
See, what I was thinking is the whale thing was true, but his favorite's like Italian. I was like, is that what's going to throw me off?
Yeah, see, I'm like, this one's too outrageous. She's going to know this one is true.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just screamed into the microphone, too. Sorry, guys.
Right. I was going to do it back, but then it just wouldn't be funny. So mine is about Miss Nicole Kidman. And mine aren't as detailed, so sorry. Truth 1, she collects antiques, linens, and embroidery.
She looks like it.
Truth 2, suffers from a fear of butterflies.
Oh, Jesus.
Truth 3, was born in the U.S.
3. 3 is a lie.
Wrong! She was born in the U.S. while her parents were visiting Hawaii.
What the fuck? She's New
Her
Zealand.
parents were visiting Hawaii, and she was born.
So which is the lie?
She collects antique linens and embroidery.
She doesn't?
That is Miss Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, it's so Nicole Kidman-y.
I know, that's why I picked it.
So she has a fucking fear of butterflies?
Yeah, it's called, I even saved the name. It's called, let's see. Sorry.
That was good. All right, well, while you're looking that up.
Lepidopterophobia, a fear of butterflies.
It's fucking dumb.
It's weird.
Well, that was our first segment of 2 truths and 1 big little lie.
And 1 big
little lie.
Are you constantly searching for the right word and never finding it? Frequently saying common phrases incorrectly? Are you on a podcast and recently realized you sound like a fucking idiot on a regular basis? Well, then you and I, my friend, are in the same floating vessel. I am so sick and tired of long recorded silences as I desperately search for the word I desire to utter, only to settle on second-grade rhetoric to express myself. I am on a voyage to better my pathetic inventory of vocabulary, and you can too. Try 117 Most Common English Idioms and Phrasal Verbs by Zana Hamilton. Stop getting lost in translation. Impress your friends and family with fully formed sentences. Personally, I cannot wait to showcase my new arsenal of verbiage. Why not strive for greatness? After all, if at first you don't get it, you get back on that gift horse. Ooh, or you could murder 2 pigeons with 1 boulder and also try Easy American Idioms by Living Language. Go to www.audibletrial.com/boobtubebuddies for a free 30-day trial and spread those literary flappers. You only live shortly. Life is a box of Pop-Tarts. You never want to eat them cold. One in the bush is worth a visit to the gyno. It's 1/2 dozen donuts or the other, am I right? You catch the wind I'm putting out. www.audibletrial.com/boobtubebuddies. Show me the currency! I liked that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I liked that a lot. I don't know who I'm going to pick for next week. Okay. So we meet Maddie's husband, Evan. I love Adam Scott for this.
Oh yeah, Ed is
Who's Ed?
Ed is his name.
I thought it was Evan. It's Ed?
You know who that is, right? It's Ed.
Oh, all right. I have Evan down here, but Ed.
Evan's a great guy. But he left Madeline to be with Nathan. I love Adam Scott as this. Such a good choice.
It is. That is exactly what I told Adam. He's just the perfect amount of affable and safe and lets her be the powerful wife, and he sort of just compliments her nicely with his
absolutely
calm demeanor.
Yeah, what's interesting though is they seem to make their relationship a little more on the rocks, like it seems. Do you know what I mean? Like a little more.
Are you talking about when they're standing outside by the ocean and he says something along the lines of, we're going to have a fight, but not now?
I mean, it was just kind of well, they had 2 scenes together, but then at the end where she's kind of looking at his picture and looks upset, it seems a lot darker a lot earlier. Does that make sense? Yeah.
So if we're getting first impressions about marriages, Renata and her husband seem happy. Jane's single. Celeste and Perry, we know, are
perfect
until we see that little crack there. And Madeline and Ed, seem very real. Yeah, seem very real. As did the family dynamic. The daughter Abigail, who is snotty and talks back. Ed, a little bit of a pussy.
Where's Fred?
Oh, God damn it. It's Fred?
No, I said, where's Fred?
Who's Fred?
You read the book.
Yes.
It was hard for me to remember this too, but then at the end I was like, wait, didn't she have a son? She had a son named Fred that used to play with like Josh and Max or whatever, right? And then he's just gone.
We don't need Fred.
Yeah, Fred's gone.
We just need Chloe and Abigail. I have to tell you that I have an almost 8-year-old daughter, and we have been already struggling with the tude and the talking back. And watching this scene with Abigail and the back and forth, it made me kind of cry. And I just like, what the fuck would I do if there was a stepmom? What the fuck would I do?
Oh my God.
I would be so much worse than Madeline. And I don't think Madeline was bad, but I would be, every little thing would just be so hard. I would do terrible at that.
To have a daughter growing up, like, adolescent and then teenage years with a stepmom, I couldn't even fathom it. It would just seems.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm 31 and I still struggle with my parents sometimes with that dynamic.
That dynamic, yeah.
So to have, your daughter be 16 and really look up to that stepmom too.
Well, and then I mean? So you can understand it from a different perspective in that you were the daughter in the middle of that. So so for me, I hate Abigail. Like, I find her so obnoxious because I'm thinking as the mom.
Difference between me and Abigail though is I didn't.
I get it.
I wasn't. I didn't throw it in my mom's face.
Yeah.
Ever. I didn't. Even if like I wasn't like, well, I can't talk about her because you twitch. I just respected it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Abigail does have that redeeming moment later on in the episode, which again made me cry.
I'm glad they added that because it wasn't.
Me too. Because you don't want to hate Abigail.
Exactly.
That was a nice moment.
But here's my issue with Chloe. Because the worst Chloe got in the book was, calamity. Like, that's what she would say. And in this, she's like, fuck. And I'm like, yo.
Oh, yeah, she did.
And she keeps calling her woman. I'm like, whoa.
That I thought was kind of funny.
It's just, I can't wait to see more of Chloe.
Yeah.
Really, really excited to see how she develops as a... Yes, exactly. That's who I identify with most.
Chloe.
I'm Chloe.
I really hate how Perry comes up from behind Celeste and surprises her. I hate that. Because when that is done to me, I feel like the person that is doing that was spying. Like, they want to catch me doing something bad. And they want to know that they can catch me doing something bad.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like all, like, the things he chooses to do with his son as, like, bonding moments.
Shooting guns at him?
Yeah. What did he say earlier? When you first meet the kids and he's trying to get them to get in the car, the first words out of Perry's mouth is, what did we say about shooting mom before noon?
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
it takes on a different connotation when you see him get a little physical with her.
Exactly. You think it's funny when you first see him because it's his perfect marriage. And all of a sudden that comment, reading a book to his kids about, like, it's the letter of the alphabets, but each one is about somebody hurting somebody.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
And they're in the background playing like violent video. It's surrounding their household. And I mean, obviously you think of nothing of it at first, and then you see that crack in their marriage. Mm-hmm. And you're like, wow, does this tie in? Like, what is that about? Mm-hmm. I just thought that was...
It's weird that the book doesn't address that at all.
Yeah. I know.
Are we joking?
Or
are we
not?
serious? People are like, just shut up.
Just shut up. But then you find out that Perry just doesn't want the boys to be around Ziggy.
Yeah, and he gets way overreactive about it. I mean...
Just grabs her violently.
But she didn't seem scared.
No.
You know, she took up for herself, but it certainly was a cinch in the armor. No. Clinch. Chink. It was a chink in the armor. Oh God.
And then I mean that I do love the production value of how everything went on, but we're actually able to talk a lot more than I thought we would of what's been happening in this episode, because it's a lot of introduction.
Yes.
I mean, the whole thing is just one big introduction, really.
Which is why I would say if you're not sold on the first episode, keep that in mind. That a lot of times the first episodes of things are literally just that. Here are the characters, this is where they live, and you don't get a lot of substance other than just that. And this show has so many characters and
so many levels, and
you're getting you're getting the cuts of the police interviews of the parents, and that doesn't really, nothing's been fleshed out. So what does all that mean?
Exactly.
You're getting, and it's completely different perspectives. Madeline is a boss. Renata's bossy. She's a bitch. She's a bitch. Mm-hmm. Celeste and her husband are too old to be cuddling on each other. Like, it's just, Jane Chapman is a slut. She's not, So you don't really know.
But that's good. It's good because this means that they're not just going to take a 2-hour movie and ruin a book. It means they're taking 7 episodes and really giving it what it's due. Like, giving its due. Like, it's...
I think that the next episode is going to be more focused.
Absolutely.
That would be my guess.
Yep.
Which I think will be good.
Oh, yeah.
I think they covered a lot in the first episode.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
A lot of time to spend on different things.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
And you see that Jane sleeps with, like, a gun under her bed, and it's like, what does that mean?
Right. And we know that somebody got killed. I mean, we know that.
Yeah.
They tell you that. Somebody died, and it looks brutal. We don't know how they died. But, you're getting all these little things.
Little tidbits.
And the gun under the pillow was big. I don't remember that from the book. I don't remember Jane having a gun.
I neither.
Janie's got a gun.
I know. Perfect.
We have Renata's speech, which is so self-indulgent. Mm-hmm. Her back turned to her husband.
They don't like me.
I'm not liked. Going on, and he appeases her, which, that was sweet, what he said.
Well, I mean, you can definitely tell who wears the pants.
Renata
wears the pants.
I wouldn't mind that. She's making that bank.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe she signed up to be on the board of PayPal. Like, she doesn't have enough to do already.
Oh my God. If I were a stay-at-home mom, that shit would kill me. What would you rather be? Would you rather be a working mom or a stay-at-home mom?
Stay-at-home mom.
Fuck yes.
Because I'm a working mom right now, and I miss my kid every fucking day so much.
So I wouldn't feel less than or put down by the working mom.
I want to be a stay-at-home mom with, like, a good amount of hobbies.
I don't understand I feel like if anything, it's the other way around, that the stay-at-home moms look down on the working moms. Like, oh, poor thing, she can't do it. That's how I would feel.
Yeah.
I feel like, no, that's a generalization. I know that if I had the means, I would be a fucking stay-at-home mom.
Hell yeah. I think a lot of it comes from jealousy from both sides. You've got the stay-at-home mom who's probably a little bored every now and then. That's why I said I'd love to be a stay-at-home mom with a good amount of hobbies, because after a while you just feel like you're just your children.
Oh, I'd be a drunk.
like you're just your children. And then working moms can tend to look down at stay-at-home moms because they're jealous.
Yeah.
They want to be at home, or most of them do. Some don't, and that doesn't make you a bad mom. Like, as long as you spend time with your kids, all of a sudden I'm like,
well,
I'm not trying to.
Reese Witherspoon's character, illustrated that really well at the piano when she talks about losing her kids, and that, you know, that is your identity. And so getting to work is nice to have that piece of you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
I would love to be able to work and then, like, you know, around 1 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I missed my kid. I'm going to go home now.
I work from home, so when I drop the baby off at daycare, I'm usually in, like, you know, leggings and a shirt, and I see other moms look at me, like, give me dirty looks, and I know what they're thinking. They're thinking, she's fucking dropping her kid off at daycare so she can go to the gym. She doesn't have to work. Because I see the other moms that look like that, and I hate them because I'm jealous, and I want to be like,
and you're,
no,
I just have to pick you up in the police station, and you're just like, I just kept screaming, I'm both.
And I'm like, look at me, I'm not going to the gym.
Yeah, I mean, it's the ideal until you're working from home with kids, and then you want to, like, blow your brains out, so.
Oh, it's so hard to be a woman.
It is.
Man. Sucks to be a woman. We kind of talked about this stuff that we see. We do get a lot of sweet moments with Perry with the twins, but like you said, it does seem a little seedy.
It all seemed like well and good fun until he started grabbing her like that, and it's like, well, I don't know. But then again, why does Jane sleep with a gun on her bed, and why does she seem so terrified of Ziggy when she wakes up?
Right, and so what's the deal with Ziggy?
Exactly.
Did he do it? Did he not do it? He's sleepwalking, which is scary as fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
I was a sleepwalker. Are you a sleepwalker?
No, that scares me.
My mom said that one time we were staying at some hotel or motel in Sarasota. I was 5, and I was able to unlock the door, and she just kind of heard something. The door was open to our hotel room, and I had walked all the way down to the pool, the hotel pool.
Oh,
and I was like,
that terrifies me.
5 or 6.
Oh my God.
And I would do that shit all the time.
I could never sleep.
She would turn, and I would just be standing by the bed. My mom and dad said I would come out of the room and just be they couldn't tell I was still asleep until I was just talking nonsense. And I did that through high school, and then I stopped.
That would terrify me.
Right?
Yeah.
I would think that I pray that my kids don't do that. We've talked about it before. Just wait till you wake up in the middle of the night and you turn and he's just staring at you by the side of the bed because he can't sleep, he had a bad dream. It's the worst. I'll
probably have such a reaction that he'll be terrified to ever come in and stand over me.
My poor daughter, she comes in after a nightmare, and every time I'm like, what the fuck?
I know, it's probably what I'll do.
Just get into bed if you're going to do that. Don't stare at me.
No, that terrifies me.
Like the long ring hair. I just see like the silhouette of her hair. Ugh, God.
Another thing I found interesting is at the very beginning, after you see all the flashes of ambulances, the first person you see is Madeline.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
I wonder.
There's a bunch of different ways they could be approaching this.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. What if they changed the ending?
There was some talk that they might.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting.
So that's why I'm still kind of.
Yeah, that is interesting.
We'll see.
Okay, so, God, we kind of covered everything. The last scene was kind of weird.
Yeah, just kind of
we got a sex scene, but we don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Did we not get another clip or another little flash of the girl Jane hears dripping, mm-hmm. and then again sees the back of the girl in a torn blue dress.
Yep.
Looks like she's in a bathroom.
Yeah.
So we see that again. Don't know what that means. And then that weird sex scene at the end.
Yeah.
And then the beach with the shade coming down.
Yeah,
now,
like
was that someone's house, or was that just like an effect they decided to use to end the episode?
I think it was a sweet effect they decided to use.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Neither did I. I was like, what's happening?
It reminded me of a Quentin Tarantino movie.
The sun's going down on episode 1. Like, that's how it felt.
That's a weird stylistic choice.
I know.
So what do you think?
I'm really looking forward to the next episode so we can develop this a little more.
I will admit I'm an idiot and for whatever reason thought that this was only 2 episodes. Like one.
Like as it ended yesterday?
That was the first half.
Like after you were done, you were under the assumption it was 2 episodes?
No, that's what I thought before watching it.
Oh,
and I thought I
before
read
watching
that.
it.
And then I watched it, I'm like, they have not covered nearly enough.
That's what I was going to say. Like, that's amazing.
I'm like, what are they going to...
There's going to be a lot to fit in episode 2.
This is only an hour? I mean, and I don't know where I made this shit up, my alternative facts. Because I told Adam it's going to be about an hour and a half to 2 hours tonight. That's not true. And I told him it's only 2 episodes, which will be good because you and I are also going to review Feud. Mm-hmm. I'm like, so easy peasy. And then I told him, like, no.
About Betty Davis and Joan Crawford.
Yes. Very, very excited about that. So the Bettys will be doing that as well.
Yep.
Well, it's really nice to be back doing
I know, I'm
again.
so excited. I'm very, very excited to see where this goes and to talk about it and why Janie has a gun.
All right, well, until next time. See you later, little buddies.
See you later, little Betty.